Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie vlog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope we're doing well. Today we're talking about two different stories going on in the news today. That's right, two different stories. The first is this continuing conversation going on over the firing of James Gunn. You'd think that people would just move on at this point. He made some really crappy comments. They were unsurfaced and Disney decided, you know what, this is not what we want our image connected with. Now you can definitely make some valid arguments saying, but they knew about this beforehand. Why didn't they act at that point? And the hypocrisy of, you know, this person doing this. Yes, you would be absolutely right to point out the hypocrisy. But at the end of the day, it does not take away the fact that James Gunn says some very disgusting, disturbing things. Oh my gosh, but they were just jokes. You're just the joke police. No, it's not that I'm the joke police. It's that the way he said it, there was no setup. There was no conclusion. There was no punchline. It was just comments. And you can try and say, oh, it's just twisted humor, you know. You're too PC, bro. Why are you being so PC? It's like, I have no problem with not being PC. Like, I am one of the persons that fights PC more so than most other people in the world today. But what he was saying was not PC stuff. Or rather, what he was saying was not like non-PC, like it was just beyond even the realm of PC, the PC conversation. Like, let's just be honest there. It was just disgusting. It was disturbing. And then, of course, the photos of him, you know, going to a, you know, people say, you know, there are some people on both sides who both diminish what it was and then oversell what it was, but it was at a To Catch a Predator party, which is a very odd thing to celebrate. To me, I don't know why you'd make fun of that or make light of it, because that's what you do when you're dressing up in costumes and when you're playing characters, like you're making light of it. Those are not things to make light of. You know, meanwhile I say, oh, well, you know, the show all made light of these people. It's like, no, the show kind of just, you know, showed that there's a very dark side. There's a very dark side to human nature. But that's also what's going on here in this situation. However, people still cannot let it go, like Screen Rant. So it says, Marvel and Disney's firing of James Gunn from the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has already had a significant effect on the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm sorry, but like, you know, what's the title of this article again? Oh wait, that's right. All the damage firing James Gunn has had for Marvel. Really, it hasn't had any damage whatsoever, because you still have two Guardians of the Galaxy movies in the can. You have a third one that will probably still be good. They just got to make sure they get the right person. Again, I recommend Taika Waititi. Again, that guy did wonders with Thor. I'm sure he could do a wonderful job with Guardians of the Galaxy as well if he was given the ability to do exactly what he did with Thor and just have fun with the concept, have fun with the script. But it really depends on Disney at this point. It really depends on Marvel and who they choose to take over for this role and what they decide to, what they want to make that movie be. But to try and say, oh my gosh, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is crumbling because of James Gunn not being there. No, that's not the case at all, actually. And in fact, the Marvel Cinematic Universe will continue to run. It would be like saying, oh my goodness, can you believe that that all these people, all these directors that were a part of it in the very beginning, that they're no longer associated with them? Oh my goodness, can you believe that the guy that was directing the first and second Iron Man film, now he's no longer there? Oh my god, what are we gonna do? You know, oh, Jon Favreau's gone. That's just not, this is not realistic. It's just not realistic. To say that there's one person who can handle, only one person who can handle a single franchise is ridiculous. It is a ridiculous concept, and yet they're pushing this narrative. They're continuing to talk about this for what? Because they want to defend him. Because they want to try and say, oh no, he's one of us. You know, oh no, he's on our side of the political spectrum, so we're going to stand up for him every step of the way. And that's what's going on. The real reason is not because, let's be honest, like, come on guys, let's be honest. The only reason why this is still a story, the only reason why people are still defending James Gunn is because of the right-wing or right-leaning people that uncover this information. Of course, people can say, oh, they're alt-rights. It was, no, you're wrong. You know, you're wrong. They were alt-right Nazis. They were Nazis, I swear. No, you know, you could probably make a very good point that they were right-leaning people, but that's the only reason why it's being talked about. That is the only reason why James Gunn is still being defended. It's because of politics. Just like everything in Hollywood, just like everything in the world today. Oh, it's all to do with politics. This person gets condemned while this person gets defended because of politics. Like, let's just be honest. Let's just, you know, let's just at least bring that to the conversation. At least, you know, if you at least reveal some truth about yourself, if you bring that to the conversation, guess what? We can still have a conversation because at least you're being honest. But if you try and say, oh no, it's because it's wrong, it's like, I know that's not the reason why you're still holding on to the story. Because you're trying to say, again, the whole premise of this very beginning was like all the damage that James Gunn's firing has had on Marvel. On Marvel. Not just Guardians of the Galaxy, but on Marvel. That is ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous. But anyway, it's been over 3 months since the Guardians of the Galaxy director was fired from the MCU following attention brought to old tweets he had written which joked about controversial topics like rape and pedophilia. Oh yeah, because those are just great jokes, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, the abuse of children. That's just, it's so funny. As well as being let go from the directing of the upcoming 3rd installment of Guardians series, Gunn was also dismissed from his role from helping Marvel expand its planned cosmic universe, which again, someone else can take over. Again, Taika Waititi, I think, could be a very good person for that. The firing led to a PR nightmare for Disney, in part due to the politically contentious circumstances surrounding the unearthing Gunn's tweet. There, ring, ring, ring. There's a reason why they're still talking about it. It's all to do with politics. As an array of stars came out in support of Gunn, as well as an overwhelming wave of criticism directed at Disney and Marvel from all corners of the industry and the internet. Oh my goodness, this is when it's good. It's coming from all corners of the internet. It's not a small minority, it's all corners of the internet. Which is going to be a great comparison to what the next article we're going to talk about is going to say. A Change.org petition urged Disney to rehire Gunn and has received over 422,000 signatures, 1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott, 422,000 signatures. Wait, Change.org, yeah, because, Change.org is just legit, right? Oh, well, if they reach a certain number, then Disney's going to be forced to do something. It's not how it works. Like, oh, we had a petition. I'm pretty sure that there was a fan film that was getting mocked because it raised like millions and millions of dollars, a Star Wars fan film. But it was like, oh no, they don't have to actually pledge anything. Well, guess what? All they have to do is put their name on it. They're not pledging anything. They're not changing anything. So it's so funny how, we can use that kind of information. We can use that kind of stuff when it befits our own interests. But as soon as someone else does it, or someone else tries to do something, oh no, we're going to make fun of it. It's just all, the hypocrisy is just, It's like, flames on the side of my face. And then you see the big thing here. It says, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was delayed. Oh my goodness, it was delayed? That's how it's crashing down? That's all the tremendous impact that this firing has had is because a movie got delayed? Okay. All right. It happens. Lots of movies get delayed. It happens. Get over it. How Marvel DC's 2020 plans have changed? Okay. The impact on Dave Bautista and Marvel Cosmos. Well, Dave Bautista has already shown himself to, to be a man of great integrity, standing up for people who make fun of pedophilia and go to pedophilia-themed parties and everything of that sort. Oh, no, you can't say that. It was a To Catch a Predator party, which is a show about what? Pedophilia. Ipso facto, pedophilia-themed party is actually extremely accurate and is still just as disgusting as it was before. But anyway, that's the first article, Screen Rant. Oh my goodness, all the damage that's been done. And then we jump over to AV News. Oh, the good old avclub.com. AV News, always providing excellent things. Halloween's Jamie Lee Curtis to team up with infamous Star Wars murderer Rian Johnson. Well, he did. Did you see the box office numbers for Solo? Oh no, it's because it came out in May and it wasn't a great film and it got bad press and it didn't have good marketing campaign. No, it was a Star Wars movie. Every Star Wars movie has made money. Every single one. Even the prequels made money. Solo did not. And Solo wasn't even as bad as some of the prequels. Like, let's just be honest about this for a second. As many issues I have with Solo, and L337 is the worst character ever created, but even with all of that, Solo is much more entertaining than at least one, possibly two of the prequel movies. I'm looking at you, episode 1 and 2. And so I know that there's going to be people who are kind of on my side with the whole Last Jedi thing who are going to say, oh no, you're wrong. And hey, you're welcome to that opinion. That's just me. But that movie lost money. That movie lost $200 million. And you're going to try and say, oh no, he didn't murder it. Really? Really? You're just going to ignore the fact that the fandom has just been split by this nonsense? Oh my goodness. 12 minutes ago too. Dear Lord, man. Now that Jamie Lee Curtis has dealt one infamous murderer this Halloween season, she's turned around and teamed up with another, Rian Johnson, aka the man who killed Star Wars, depending on which spit-feckled Twitter rants or Russian anger bots you listen to anyway. Yeah, I hit my microphone. That's how important this clap was. Yeah, great job. Great job. Yes. Let's go on about the Russian anger bots. Let's go on about how, oh, it was the Russians. Oh my goodness, it was the Mother Russia. We have been revealed once again. How can we handle this? How can we deal with this? Get over yourself, dude. Like, seriously, why is it that every single day a Star Wars article is talked about? Anytime that the fandom is now mentioned, oh, we gotta talk about those Russian bots. It's just a small group of people. It's just a small group of people, and the Russian bots were a major part of it. When you actually look at the numbers, you realize that's actually not true at all. But, you know, they don't care about the truth. When did the media, especially recently, ever care about telling the truth? They just want to tell a narrative. They just want to spin their web, spin their narrative, and have everyone else just mindlessly take it in without even thinking of an alternative position. That's just what it is now. And that's the reason why when we talk about diversity, because this is a, you know, big topic these days is diversity. Again, there's one side that's saying, oh, diversity needs to be forced. And when we say diversity, we only mean race and gender. That's all we mean by that. When we're stepping back saying, well, if you just define yourself and you limit yourself to just your gender and to just your race, you are isolating yourself from everyone else. And also, guess what a side effect of that is? If that's the only thing, if that's the only diversity you have, you miss out on diversity of thought. And that's what you see happening. You literally see this happening all over Hollywood, all in politics, where there are people out there who just close themselves off, like, no, my safe space, and they don't even want to engage. If you say to anyone at this point in time, there are people now, there are about 20%, 20 to 25% of millennials think and believe and claim that they have PTSD from the 2016 election. PTSD, something that you get from going to war. Oh, the 2016 election was just so, oh my gosh, it was so hard. It was so hard. And like, they're just crying over it still. They can't get over it. Dude, we've had elections for centuries. We've had elections for a very long time, and guess what? It doesn't always go your way. The person you vote for doesn't always win, and guess what you gotta do? You just gotta move on. You just gotta pick up your bootstraps and move on. Vote. Go out and make your voice heard. If there's change that you want to see, make it happen. But don't just try and say, well, now you have to do this or else you're racist. You now have to do this or you're sexist. And, oh, you have a different idea. Oh, racist, sexist. You're a racist, you're a sexist. Oh, wait, I'm doing a cross. Oh, no. Like, that's what we're dealing with now. We're dealing with children. We're dealing with people who can't grow up. We're dealing with people who can't understand reality and accept reality. And so, therefore, all that they can do is when they hear anything, a single thought, a single word that goes against the narrative that they're being preached to by the media that they consume and the people that they associate with themselves and the safe space and the walls bouncing off and all, like, oh, no. It's bouncing back and going through their ears, you know, where the brain used to be, but they took it out because they're like, no, I don't want to think anymore. I just want to be able to say, no, racist. You know, why do you think the NPC meme has gotten so popular? It's because NPCs are mindless. NPCs are mindless. Like, you do anything and there's an automatic phrase. There's an automatic thing that they will always do, no matter what. And it's sad that there's now people out there that are those things, that are acting like that. Because you just say anything, oh, racist, oh, you're a sexist. And it's absolute insanity. It's absolute insanity. But anyway, when it comes to this, Jamie Lee Curtis, she has now joined Johnson's new murder mystery, Knives Out. Adding one more big box office friendly name to an already star-packed cast. Big box office friendly name? Jamie Lee Curtis? You know that the reason why Halloween did well is because Halloween is a product you can sell. You do realize that people went to go see it for Halloween and for Michael Myers. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is great, and she's awesome in the movie. I love the new Halloween film, and she's definitely one of the best parts of it. But to try and act like, oh, she's a huge box office draw because anytime you put Jamie Lee Curtis on any film from this point forward, oh my god, it's going to make so much money. That's not true. That's just not based in reality. But that is the narrative that they want to keep pushing forward because all they want to do is say, oh, well, no, she's a strong female character. Okay. How about she's a strong character? I thought she was a great character. Didn't matter if she was male or female because she's a strong character. But when you get obsessed with all this, with gender and race, but you leave one very important diverse element, that we do have diversity of thought in this country. But the very fact that we're usually split 50-50 on a lot of things, sometimes more so than others, shows you that we have diverse thought. But if you don't welcome that in, if you don't engage in that conversation, you don't grow. You don't grow up. You don't grow out. And you stay in that little tiny safe space that you have now put yourself in. And then that makes you a victim in your own mind because you say, oh no, there's nothing I can do. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. You're a victim of your own making. When you play the victim card so much and when you isolate yourself from everything else around you, you do that to yourself. You put yourself in that little bubble That bubble isolates you from everyone else around you, and then when the world continues to spin, you're left behind. And it's about time in this damn country that people start to wake up and start to understand, no, I might not like what you're saying, I might not agree with what you're saying, but hey, let's have a conversation. And some people say, well, why aren't you doing that? Because when I'm constantly being called a racist and a sexist because I have a different opinion, I can't reach out to those people using just pure arguments because all I'm going to get is racist, sexist. So you know what? I'd rather have fun with it. And I'd rather just be totally and bluntly honest with them because that's all I can do at this point. But guys, what are y'all's thoughts about this? You know, especially about the culture these days. Do you agree with anything that I'm saying? But also, do you even like Jamie Lee Curtis? Do you think she's a big box office draw? Do you think her name's a huge box office draw? Again, I don't understand like proven box office draw. It's like, no, it's Halloween. It's Michael Myers. That's what's bringing people in. Jamie Lee Curtis is great. Doesn't hurt. You know, fans of the original series, I'm like, oh wait, she was in the original series. Great, I'm gonna go see her. But no one's saying, oh my gosh, I want to see this because Jamie Lee Curtis is my favorite actor of all time. Like, I'm sorry, like, no, not a lot of people are gonna be saying that. It's just honest. It's just being honest. Let's at least be honest about these things. And also, too, what are your thoughts on the James Gunn situation? Can you believe that they're still talking about this? And also, do you think, like I do, that the only reason why it is even still a story is because they will not stop until he's back for the sole purpose that the reason why he was outed, the reason why all this happened was because some right-leaning people or some alt-right Nazis came out and, you know, dredged up this stuff? Please, let me know in the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you like this video too, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm making videos, trying to do it every single day, doing the very best that I can. I made sure that my audio was working at this time, so hopefully this works because, man, if I have to redo this all over again, woo, I'm going to be mad because this was a fire burner. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and as always, God bless.